Hello and welcome to this edition of the WT Coaches Show. I'm your host, Kelton Weens, and I'm here with Buffalo football head coach Mike Nesbitt. Now, Coach, you had an impressive 34-30 win over Angelo State this last weekend. Give us your thoughts on that game.
Well, I really thought our guys did a great job in that third and fourth quarter. I thought our defense, stood the test, got through, 3 and outs and got off the field, and then the offense, capitalized and got some touchdowns and a field goal. And the field goal was really big at that point in time. It was an 11-point lead, and we run Sergio out there on a fourth down, and he knocks it down. And if we don't get that field goal kick right there at that time, it was probably going to be a pretty dark night for us. So it was a lot of fun, and I thought the kids did a good job of rallying and staying in the ring and fighting.
You were down 11 points heading into the fourth quarter, and what did you say to your team, or what did the team say to themselves to really motivate them and come back to win the game?
Well, really, I think it was at halftime when we talked about at halftime. It was all us. We were worried about a bunch of other noise and other things that were out there that, things we couldn't control, and we weren't taking care of the things we could control. And once we settled down and we got lined up correctly and we did what we were supposed to do, and we did some things offensively that we were supposed to do, and just took care of our own selves and our own jobs, then everything kind of just fell into place, and we were able just to keep battling back.
How does a comeback win help you in region?
Well, I think, every win right now for us is important, within the region. The region's a super tough region, and there's a lot of good teams out there, and we just got to win every game out just to try to secure a good seed and just make sure we get into where we want to be in the playoffs. So that's the first thing, is make it to the tournament, and that's going to be crucial, just taking care of every game one at a time.
Offensive tackle Patrick Ward missed the first several games of the year, but he's been back for the last 2. How has he meshed with an offensive line that was playing really well in his absence?
Well, I think he's done a good job. Patrick is a hard worker, and the offensive line group likes Patrick, and the team likes Pat. So to get him back really helped us. We were able to move Emery back inside to guard, where he got all of his reps in the spring, and that just gets us some more depth. And at that offensive line position, you can never have enough depth, and that's what it's really good. And Patrick's a super athlete and can run, and is a real physical kid, and it's just going to make us better down the road.
Final question, Coach. You got a road trip to Abilene, Texas this weekend to take on the Red Hawks and McMurray. Give us your thoughts on that game.
Hell, McMurray's playing really well. They played Stephen F. Austin earlier in the year, and they had them 13-10 right before the half, and they've done a great job. They had Commerce on the run the other night in the fourth quarter, and maybe with a little bit more maturity and some older players on their team, they probably could have beat Commerce the other night. And, they're going to get better every year we see them. And so we just got to make sure we handle them this first time out and renewing that rivalry. And their quarterback play is awesome right now. The kid's doing a good job. And defensively, they're a super physical group. They can play a lot of man coverage, and we're going to have to be sharp in getting up and breaking off some routes and finding some ways to win.
Coach, thanks for your time today, and good luck this weekend.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for joining us on this edition of the Coaches Show. For Coach Nesbitt and the WT Sports Network, I'm Kelton Weens.